Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about the art of screenwriting. I will be discussing screenwriting format and how to get ideas so you will have the tools to get started. If you like this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can be a part of the Grape gang. Also remember to hit that bell so you are notified every time I upload. Let's get started. So before writing a script, you have to come up with an idea to brainstorm around. Here are some questions you can ask yourself while you're researching projects. Can you write what you haven't lived? Will it make a good movie? Don't overdo the research. You don't want to get more into the research where you aren't doing any writing. Also, study similar ideas. That way you can get an idea of what's out there and how to develop an idea for your liking. So you may be wondering, can I just look up ideas online? The answer is yes. You can, but it doesn't have to stop there. You can literally find inspiration everywhere and in anything. The library, magazines, newspapers, biographies, classics, fantasies, history, fears, love stories, revenge, concepts, dreams, the what if game. The options are endless. Once you find your idea, brainstorm different scenarios about your story. Let the creativity flow. For this section of the video, I will be talking about screenwriting format using the screenwriting app, Celtx. Celtx is free online and there's even an offline version, which is recommended if you're starting out. Most of the professionals use Final Draft, but that is also $200, so this is a better option. I will also plug my own short film here, shamelessly, as an example. Alright, so here we are on the Celtx app pulled up. So currently I have the offline version, but the online version is pretty much going to be on Google Chrome. So when you first pull up, it's going to be blank, but this time it's going to be my screenplay, obviously. So in front of you is my screenplay called True Colors, and the tagline of this film is it's about a high schooler who is trying to figure out the social media hacker that is trailing through her school and save her friendship at the same time. I am a sucker for teen drama, so I love this. But when you're looking at Celtx, when you first get it, it does seem like there's a lot going on. But once we dissect it, you will have a better knowledge of how to use Celtx, and surprisingly, it's very easy. So you will get the hang of it pretty quickly. So up here you have File, Edit, View, Script, Tools, and Help. Under File you have like New Project, Save Project, and then Edits like Cut, Repeat, Paste, Find, Replace. And then you have the toolbars, which is Icon, Text, Icon, None. Import or Export Scripts, spell checking, and tutorials on how to use Celtx. And up here you have Add a new project, so if you want to do like a script or a storyboard or a calendar or anything like that, you can. Then you can open a new project. This is where you save, print, your toolbox, and your studio. So up here, you pretty much have like the toolbar that you can use for like any document. This drop down box is all of the actions or choices that you have when you're writing your script. So you're always going to start with the scene heading, then action, character, dialogue, parental, transition, shot, and text. And we're going to go one by one just so you know. Then you have undo, redo, bold, italic, underline, cut, paste, spell checking, comments, and zoom. Then over here is your project library. So if you have multiple projects open at once, it's going to be here. And then over here you have your scenes. So every single time you do a scene header, that counts as one scene. So it's going to be added over here. So you can tell that I have 20 scenes in this short film. So to start, basically you always are going to start with a scene header. Now in your scene header, you're either going to put exterior or interior. So ENT period or INT period. Then the room you're in, so if you're in a bedroom, put bedroom. If you're in a kitchen, put kitchen. If you are in the car, put car. If you just put like in a house or you're in a store and not a specific scene, it's actually going to be a little bit hindering on production, because the way that I was taught, A screenplay is an instruction manual for production. So it's like you want to be, I won't say as vague as you can, but just kind of general. So in the case things get switched around, you can adapt easily. So here I put interior, bedroom, dawn. So when you're putting the time of day, you want to make sure you want to limit to dusk, dawn, day, or night. Again, to add that flexibility when it comes to production. Then below, over here, like you have action, this represents the action. It's pretty much describing everything on screen. So if you literally see someone waking up on a TV screen, that is written as an action line because that's what's going on screen. So to start, I wrote, the sun peeks through the right side of the window of a medium-sized brown trailer and lands on the face of Carson Wonder, 17, free spirit who opens her eyes slowly. Here we have introduced our first character, Carson Wonder, our main protagonist. Her name is in all caps. When you're introducing a new character, whether there's a small character or a major character, their name has to be in all caps. From that point on, their names can be in regular lowercase format. Now, when you're describing the character, you want to keep it to 1 or 2 descriptive words. You're not really going to be doing a lot with that. So basically, I have here, she's 17, so she's in high school. She's a free spirit, so she doesn't really, tend to the rules, and she kind of does what she wants. And she opens her eyes slowly, so we can tell that from it being dawn, she's opening her eyes, she's waking up from the night before. So then we continue. She stares at her nightstand and reaches for her phone. And as it flashes at her face, she scrolls on the app Instagram and focuses on her classmates' pictures at a house party. She grabs her towel and heads to the bathroom. So, phone and Instagram is capitalized again because for any name or new item or new app or anything that is a object also has to be in all caps the first time it's introduced. After that, it can be in regular lower caps. So also, when you are giving a character their traits and characteristics, do think about the age of the character, and if they are under the age of 18, actually put their age. So if they're 16, 11, 8, put that down. After that, you can pretty much put in their early 20s or mid 30s or late 50s. It's going to be a little bit more general like that, again, to have that flexibility, especially when it comes to casting. So basically, after that, you're going into your action lines. You're going to be doing a lot of action and reaction. So I scrolled down here a little bit, and, Carson is in the kitchen, and she is reading a letter from her mom, and she left her $20. So it said that she left her $20, and she read it, and then the camera is going to be on the screen. So on the screen, you would see a note from on the fridge door that says, working a double tonight, left $20 for dinner, left keys on the counter, love you, mom. And then when it says on Carson, the camera is going to pan back to Carson. She takes the $20 bill and she puts it in her pocket. That is an action reaction type of thing that you should be thinking about when you are writing. So after that, she goes to school, So then we go down, so we have our character, and then you have your dialogue. So right now, in the beginning of the film, there's not much dialogue. Carson does watch TV, so the news reporter is the first bit of dialogue that we have in the whole film. Now this news reporter is just a news reporter. So basically, since she doesn't really have, more than 3 lines, they don't really need a name. But it is suggested that if you're going to give a character more than 3 lines, give them a name, even if it's just a simple name like, Paul or Colleen. Just something very simple. But since the news reporter is in this one scene, she gets news reporter. So basically, Carson watches and then she shuts her TV off and then she goes. So as you scroll down, our first bit of back and forth is with Carson and her best friend, Gail. So we have a little bit of dialogue going on. And so when you write dialogue, you have the first person that's talking and then their dialogue. And then below you have the second person and then their dialogue. And then you keep going back and forth. Now in the middle of that, you can put an action line. So here it says that Gail's gaze is fixed on 3 girls. And it's Ashley, Nikki, and Jacqueline. This one's a little misspelled. I apologize for that. But basically, you know, this is happening. Her gaze is fixed. So the camera would pan over to these 3 girls from Gail's perspective, and we would get that on screen as well. So after that, we have a parenthetical. Now, parenthetical is used when a character's demeanor has changed. So if I can scroll down a little bit, because I don't really use them, and honestly, you want to use parentheticals sparingly as you can. Like, only use them for when a character is changing their normal character. So over here, so basically in this scene right here, I think we are in scene 15 here. Kiki, she is talking to Carson, who's trying to prove that she's not behind the Instagram account. I know I'm jumping plot here, but I'm just trying to explain what's going on. And here I wrote condescendingly. So before this point, she was not speaking condescendingly, but at this point, her character changed with her line, "So you came to warn me, so sweet of you. What about Pam and Todd?" So this would be the case where you want to add a parenthetical. If a character is going from normally happy to nervous, you want to add a parenthetical there. And then down here you have a transition. Oh, let's not do that. So basically when it comes to transitions in writing, some people write cut to. Don't write cut to. It's simple as enough. Just put your next scene header. That's it. The only time you want to put a transition is fade in, fade out. That is it. I don't remember why just cut to just kind of looks very amateurish. So when you're moving from scene to scene, just hit with your scene header, write down everything, and then once you're done, hit with your next scene header. Some general thoughts, some general endings of screenwriting. Basically, try your best to show, don't tell. You know, you have those action lines for a reason, and you know, there's plenty of screenplays, free screenplays that you can read. I have read Knives Out, I have read Winter's Bone, I have read Queen and Slim. In those, and each of those screenplays are written very differently. If anyone has seen A Quiet Place, that screenplay is literally, the screenwriting format has been thrown out the window. So you don't have to take my word for it. It's just, I'm just getting a general overview of Celtics and how screenwriting starts. And, you know, all you have to do is just come up with an idea and start writing. I mean, there's plenty of classes on it. You can go to Skillshare, you can go to YouTube, you can do anything. And what I like about screenwriting so much is that taking the process and building your own story is what makes it so fun, and it makes it so inspiring to one day get your movie on the big screen. So that is the end of this video about intro to screenwriting. I will be continuing these videos in a series so you can learn how to write too. The next video that I will talk about will be how to create characters in depth and how to create dialogue. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.